Hello everyone, welcome back to my Unreal Engine tutorial series. So today I am going to work on this resource counters, updating resource counter values. So as you can see here, when I shoot one of the fire arrows, you will see in this red square the number 12 will be reduced into 11 as I shoot one of the fire arrows. And when I shoot one of the poison arrows, the green box, the number 6 will be reduced. Well, I used a fire arrow again, so yeah, here is a green arrow. Okay, it reduced to number 5 and I'm out of arrows. So that's what I'm going to cover today. And as always, this episode is sponsored by these generous Patreons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. The first thing is that I need some way to keep the inventory details. So how can I do that? Let's go to our BP folder. Should I create a structure to hold them or just variables? Yeah, maybe just variable would be enough. Right, so let's open our human character like this, and let's close these other views, and I'm going to add couple of variables here. First one would be fire count, type should be integer, and it should come under the category of elements or resources. Right, and the next type, should I keep it public? Never mind, let's keep it like this. The next type is poison, and the other type is, now you should know, frost. So these are the three elements that I have in my inventory. Right, and as for the default values, I'll put fire count to 12 and the poison count to 6, and the frost count I'll keep it as 0 because I haven't implemented frost capabilities yet. Now where do I change the arrow type? It should be here. Where did I implement the change in arrow type? Alright, it should be in the arrow blueprint. Yeah, right, this one. Right, so here, without just changing the arrow type, I need to check with my character that currently holds this arrow and see if that character possesses any of these elements before I place this, spawn this fire particle or poison particle to show the arrow type. So that means if I don't have fire element, I should not be able to change into fire particle. So first, let's implement a way to access these variables from the arrow. So for that, I'm going to add another interface. Let's call it BPI in inventory. get resource count. This is the first method I'm going to need. The type should be integer. Source index, and also I need another one, update resource count. And the input type should be an integer, and the parameter should be what is the change of resource amount. So I'll just call it change. What's this? Okay, maybe that's because I duplicated the method. So let's delete it and add a new one. Change. Alright, now let's implement that interface in the human character like this. And maybe where should I implement that? Let's add another event graph to keep things categorized. Get resource count. Switch on int. Well, I need this one. For the get resource count, I need an output as well. So therefore, I'll add it like this, and then that method will be available here, right? I'll add a category. All right. Get resource count out. Let's add a return node like this, and select the count based on this resource index. Well, here I need another option. So if the resource index is 0, that means this one, the normal arrow type. So for that case, I don't need to consider any of the resource types out of these three. So therefore I'll just return 1 for that always. And for the option 1, I'll return fire count. For the option 2, I'll return poison count. And for the option 3, I'll return frost count. Like this. Also, I will implement this update resource count method event as well. So here I need two things. I need the first one is change, and the second one is resource index. Right. And let's implement it. Update resource count. Here no. So here I need to set some integer based on this resource index. Some integer minus this change. So either I need to set fire count or the poison count or the frost count. So these are the three things that I need to change. So I need to change them based on this resource index. So let's do a switch on this integer, right? And the indexes should be 1, 2, 3. 0 means nothing, or the type none here. So therefore I don't need to do any change for 0 and the default. So if it is 1, this is the thing I should do. If it is 2, this one, and if it is 3, this one. And the update is like this type minus this change, and that's the so fire count minus change, and it should go to the fire count. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll duplicate this node and this node like this. Alright, so now what I have to do in this chuman blueprint is done. Now let's go to BP arrow. Let's get some room here. So if you don't remember about this method, you can refer to that previous tutorial I did on arrow types to refresh your memory. So here I should only be able to set this magic type only if I already have the elements of that relevant type. For example, if I only have this fire count is larger than 0, I should be able to set fire to the arrow. So let's check it like this. First I need a reference to my character who is holding this BP arrow object. So let's create an object, a reference like this. Oh, let's call it no, just character, and the type of BP character actually. Oh, it could be just an actor. Right, now how do I set this actor character? So let's go to the place that I spawn arrow. Is it here? Yeah, it should be here in this bow and arrow part and draw arrow. Right, so where do I spawn the arrow? Here in this get arrow. Right, so let's set I am getting just a character reference, right? So I can't set this, I can't access this variable there. So therefore let's go to the place that I spawn the arrow. Yeah, this return type is pp arrow. Okay, so here I can set character, but then again I don't have a character reference inside this quiver. Do I have? But this quiver is a child object of this character because it is attached here, and this is a child object of this ch human. Therefore I can access that parent object like this: get parent actor, and set it like this. Right, now the arrow would have this reference set in the place where I spawn the arrow, and then we can use it and get resource count like this, and the resource count is this arrow index. And I should be able to proceed after this part only if my count is larger than 0. No, actually I could make it like this. So if the count is larger than 0, yeah, we can do a select here. Based on a boolean. So if this one is larger than 0, I should pick A. A means this arrow type index. Otherwise, I should select 0. That means none type index. Compile. And let's add the frost type to this magic type enumeration. Where did I implement that? Is it? Yeah, it's here. None, fire, poison, and frost. Why did not I? Okay. Option 3 is frost. And here I should clamp now just 0 up to 3, and here 4. Is that 2? Okay. Alright, so let's see if that works. Okay, fire is working, and poison is working, and frost is not working because frost is not there. Let's try fire again, and poison again, frost again. So now even if I shoot, the count is not updating. That's because I haven't done that part yet. Let's do that part now. So it should happen when I release this arrow. Where do I release this arrow? Here in the fight, in the fire part. Okay, let's do it right here. Get a reference to character and update resource count. like this, and resource index is this one, and the change is -1. And doing this part is not enough. We need to update the UI as well, but UI part is only relevant to the CH player. So let's do that here. Let me quickly open the HUD widget, pp HUD, and here I don't have a method to update the resource counters yet. So let's add a count. Update resource count, compile. For the input type, actually I could use that enumerator, magic type. Well, I think I should have used a resource type for that, but let's refactor them later. Type, compile, and let's go to the HUD. Now I can implement that update resource count using this BPI UI, and yeah, now I need to call to the actual widget, this widget HUD, to update these values. Right, now let's create a custom event, update resource, no, count, and the input type should be magic type. I'll just call it type, and based on this type we need to switch, and also I need the value, that is integer or actual count. So where's the, okay, select this one and update count. I have already implemented this part in the previous episode, this event. Yeah, why can't I select this one like this? Yeah, we don't need this one. This way it's much simpler. So like this, if it is none, it is definitely none, and if it is poison, I should select, if it is frost, I should select this one, if it is poison, I should select this. Right, now let's disconnect this, and I only need this one, and the count is this count. Alright, I think is that all I have to do? No, right, I need to access that method here. Update resource count, type is this, and yeah, I need the count here. in the type integer. Count. Compile, go to the HUD and compile again and count. So now I need to call this event from my CH player when I update the resource count. So let's copy this one and go to CH player. Let's add an entry part here and paste. And for this one, right, I need to call like this. Where's the HUD? This is the HUD. Update resource count message, and make sure to call this BPI UI, not this inventory message. And the type is fire, count is this count. Similarly, I need 3 of these calls like this, and this, and count is these relevant counts. And here the type is poison, here the type is frost, and compile. And I think I have made a mistake here, because the change, it can be plus or minus. So therefore, instead of plus here, instead of minus here, I should have used plus. Like this. Sorry about that, because I am putting a minus value in here. That's why I need to keep there as plus. And yeah, I have to do this change to the CH human as well. Okay. And one more thing, whenever I start the game, these 5, 20 and 0, these are just dummy values that I have used in my widget class. So I need to initialize those values. So let's initialize it in the begin play. Where's the begin play? Okay, right here under this initialize UI, let's call update resource count for the resource index for all the resource indices. That means not 0, 1, 2 and 3 with 0 change. Now everything should be fine. Let's see. Okay, now we have the 12, 6 and 0. Let's fire one fire arrow, and you saw the count just decreased to 11. And let's fire another type arrow. Okay, Now this time let's try a green arrow, a poison arrow. Count got reduced and I'm out of arrows. Alright, so that's all I want to do for today. And I'll upload the latest source code into my Patreon page. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of my Patreon club right here. Link would be in the description below. Thank you for watching, and in the next two episodes I'm going to continue to work on these resource types, resource gathering and crafting and elements and everything. So see you in the next episode. Goodbye.